Before we begin, I would request you to subscribe to my channel and like this video to be updated about all of our future content. The month was July and the year was 1954 when a smartly dressed man arrived at Haneda Airport in Tokyo, Japan. He made his way to the customs. But whatever happened from this point on has left all puzzled and concerned. When this man was questioned by customs officers, the mysterious passenger said he was from Taured. This mystery man claimed that he was from this country, and it was the third time he was visiting Japan from his own country, Taured. To the surprise of the immigration authorities in Japan, they couldn't find any country named Taured on the world map. The primary language of this man, who was described as a Caucasian-looking person with a beard, was French. However, this man was fluent in Japanese and many other languages. The officers were perplexed because they had never heard of any such country. The passport of this man was issued by the country of Taured, and although the passport did look authentic, it was not recognized. This man was then given a map and was asked to point his country out. He immediately pointed the area occupied principally by Andorra. Andorra is an actual country located at the border of France and Spain. This man said that his country of Taured had been in existence for the last 1,000 years and that he himself was really puzzled why his country was not present on the world map. This man argued with the customs officers for a long time and refused to give in. It is also recorded that this man was carrying currencies from different countries, probably because he had made several business trips before. He then shared other details like the company for which he was working and the hotel at which he stayed. The officials found out that the company which he mentioned existed in Tokyo. Similarly, the hotel he mentioned did exist, but the hotel employees informed them that no such booking was made on this man's name. This prompted officers to take the man in custody for further interrogation because they were suspicious that he might be some criminal and may have confiscated his documents and personal belongings. They then put the mystery man from Taured in a nearby hotel, where they carried on the further investigations. To make sure that the mystery man didn't escape, 2 guards were placed on the door by the Japanese authorities. It must also be mentioned that the hotel room in which the man from Taured was staying had only one entry and exit point. But to everyone's surprise, this man vanished the next morning. And not only that, but all his personal documents had also disappeared. A search was then initiated to find the man, but in vain. The thing that was troubling the investigating officers was that he was put up in a room high up the multi-story hotel building with no balcony. Some people seem to argue that the mystery man was indeed from Taured, but the country happens to be in another universe, and this man somehow passed through an alternate dimension and ended up at the Japanese airport. Another theory is that the mystery man was a time traveler and had mistakenly landed at the airport. And above all this, there are people out there who actually think that this whole story is an internet hoax, and that no such event actually happened. One of the things that really bothers me about the Taured story is that the French-speaking man who turned up at the Tokyo airport in 1954 with a passport reportedly showing the origin of Taured, the fact that it actually looked like a legit passport from a European country, may have well been a plan of an elaborate practical joke. A more likely possibility is that the airport employees who attended this man did not have any understanding of French, and also that they may not be well versed with the map of Europe and may have never heard of Andorra or the Catalan language. So it is also possible that they may have misinterpreted this whole information. Still though, I suspect that this whole story is actually based on some errors made by the employees at the airport, and the fact that they were dealing with a man from a country that they've never heard of, and the fact that this man would have actually been from Andorra, just that the Japanese authorities had never heard of this country before. There is a huge possibility that this whole alternate universe theory is bogus. The man from Taured, who vanished so mysteriously from the hotel, probably decided to visit some other facility in Japan, where the employees could actually speak and understand French fluently. This whole event has been often linked to a phenomenon known as the Mandela Effect. The term Mandela Effect was coined in the year 2009 by Fiona Broom when she published a website detailing her observance of this phenomenon. Fiona was at a conference once where she talked to other people about how she remembered the tragedy of South African President Nelson Mandela's death in a South African prison in the 1980s. However, Nelson Mandela did not actually die in the 1980s in a prison. He passed away in 2013. As Fiona began to talk more to other people about her memories, she learned that she was not alone, that there were other people who remembered seeing the news coverage of his death, as well as a speech by his widow. Broom was shocked that such a large mass of people could remember the same identical event in such detail when it never actually happened. She then began a website to discuss what she calls the Mandela Effect and other incidents similar to this. The incident of the man from Taured took place decades ago, hence there is very little information available on the exact details of this happening. Some call this whole event an urban legend, and some consider this to be true, whereas some simply debunk this whole idea and call it a hoax. Since there is no recorded evidence to prove this, I feel that this mystery may never be resolved. Please do subscribe to my channel and like this video to be updated about all of my future videos. Thank you.